మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి గోల్డ్ ప్రామిస్ తో కురుస్తోంది బంగారు నాణాల వర్షం. గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్ ఆభరణాలు కొనుగోలు చేసి బంగారు నాణాలని ఉచితంగా తప్పకుండా పొందండి. త్వరపడండి, మీ దగ్గరలోని స్టోర్ కి వెళ్లి ప్రత్యేకమైన జ్యువెలరీ కలెక్షన్ ని ప్రత్యేకమైన ధరల్లో పొందండి. కేవలం మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ తో మాత్రమే.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూజెర్సీ కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27 నుంచి మే 29 వరకు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. మత్తెక్కించే మాటలు, ఆకట్టుకునే ఆటలు, పల్లవించే పాటలు,
కన్నులాంటి కన్నులున్న జిన్నులాంటి పిల్ల, ఐ లవ్ యూ హారిక, నీ ప్రేమకి జోహారిక,
రూతలూగించే నృత్యాలు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి ప్రత్యేక ఆకర్షణగా నిలవనున్నాయి. రసమయి బృందం జానపదాలు, పల్లె పదాలతో అలరించనుంది. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి సుమా రవి తమ యాంకరింగ్ తో మరింత ఆకర్షణ తీసుకురానున్నారు. రాక్ స్టార్ దేవిశ్రీ ప్రసాద్ ఆధ్వర్యంలో ప్రముఖ గాయని గీతామాధురి, గాయని గాయకుల బృందం సంగీత విభావరి వీణుల విందుగా వినిపించనుంది. సుస్వరాల సునీత గానం మరో ప్రత్యేకం. కప్రిషియో బ్యాండ్ బాజా మోగనుంది. ఈవెంట్ లో నవ్వులు రువ్వే అదిరే అభి, రాకెట్ రాఘవ, జబర్దస్త్ కామెడీ షో స్పెషల్ అట్రాక్షన్. కమనీయంగా రమణీయంగా యాదాద్రి కళ్యాణం నిర్వహించనున్నారు. టీటీఏ స్టార్ హంటుతో పాటు ప్రేక్షకులకు కనువిందు చేసే ఎన్నో ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు మీకోసం. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ అందరికీ సాదర స్వాగతం పలుకుతోంది. ఫర్ మోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ ప్లీజ్ విజిట్ www.ttaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
TV Asia Telugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to yet another fabulous show of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, thank you so much for being on the show today అండి.
Thank you for inviting me, Garu.
Thank you, sir. This program has been brought to you by Malabar Jewelers and Movers.com. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BBTV and Dish Network. All right, without further ado, let's get to our topic for today. And it's a very exciting topic. So the June visa bulletin, it sounds like the EB-2 has advanced by 1 year for Indians and Mata. So Rahul Garu, I know, we always talk about this. So it's moved 1 year. Is it good or is it bad? And can you also tell us what we can expect in the near future?
For those people whose priority date is between September 2013 and September 2014 and who have filed a 482 application, definitely it's a good news. But for the people who are expected to file the immigration though, and also the people who are waiting in line, it may not seem that good news right now because the indications are showing that the USCIS may not approve the 290,000 green cards that have been allocated. Because if they want to approve the 290,000 green cards, they should have moved the filing dates more advanced. That's one reason. Second thing is that USCIS at this point of time is not accepting the filing dates this month. It's been all along from October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. they were accepting the filing dates. From June onwards, they said they're not going to accept the filing dates. It's only final action dates. So in the long run, it doesn't look good for the people who have been waiting for a long period of time. But I still recommend, means there is a chance that they may not accept the filing dates anymore. There is a chance, but for the end of this year, the filing dates may not move. May not move beyond December 1st of 2014. So that's a bad indication for the people who are expecting to file the 485 application. But I still want everybody to keep up the efforts. If they have not written letters to the congressman, they should write letters. And and keep following us on the TV Asia. We'll keep informing them what they need to do for the further actions. At this point in time, all they can do is that keep writing letters to the congressman. The drafts have been provided by our TV Asia people in the below link, so they should write the letters.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Adi. Rahul Garu, one thing I've learned through your program is that don't get too excited when something sounds very good coming from the USCIS, because there always seems to be a catch with it. Yeah. All right. On that note, let's start taking our callers, Adi. We have a lot of people waiting. So, folks, let's get our first caller for the day. Caller with phone number ending in 7672. We're ready for you. 7672. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 7672. We're ready for you.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Hi, ma'am. Cheppandi.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Yes. My question is interfiling versus refiling. Actually, my PRT date is August 2014 only. So we filed the down date 2020 October, and we got EADs and APs. But
did you say your priority date is October 2014?
No, August 2014.
Okay, sounds good. Got it. Okay, keep going.
August 2014, and we got EADs and APs approval, and my child age is 17 years at this point of time. So now my current date is current under EB-2, right, from for the June bulletin, 2022 bulletin.
Of course,
so
of course it is.
Which option should I go into filing or refiling?
I want you to go for refiling though, because I don't think so child is locked yet, is it right? Because the priority date for final action dates for EB-3 is never. I definitely want you to file EB-2. Whether you should withdraw the EB-3, I would not withdraw it, but definitely I will refile. Absolutely no question in my mind that you should refile the application.
Refile under EB-2 again. Okay.
That is right, ma'am. That is right.
Is there a need to file a premium processing for I-140 or
for the EB-3 one? For the EB-3 one?
Yes.
Absolutely do not file premium processing for it. You do not file premium processing. Okay. We'll go to the next caller because you are extending the age of your child under EB-3. You unnecessarily don't want to cut that thing. We'll go to the next caller.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's take our next caller. Rahul Garu, continuing on question of interfiling. I have a question. This is from Vijay Singh. He says, lots of EB-2 interfilers are getting the visa not available message. Looks like USCIS is not in sync with interfiling rules. Can you just tell us a little more about that, Andy?
Okay. So as we know, Nitya Garu, is that starting from January last week onwards, USCIS has released information that if you want to move from EB-3 to EB-2, they have given an address and you send the notice, 485J notice, and we are going to consider your application under EB-2. So what this Vijay is telling right now is that his priority date, that means his final action date, is current under EB-2. And our Baklava guys who requested us to do the EB-2 interfiling, in California Center, they spend the money on the lawyer and they filed the EB-2. Now they are saying, no, your priority date is not current. These dumb guys are not looking at the application Vijay Singh has sent to them. And that is definitely a problem. The final action date is current for him and they're not looking at EB-2. And unfortunately, we do not have a right That's the reason I was advising the other person to refile the application. I wouldn't
okay.
suggest Vijay Singh to refile the application, definitely not. But because there's a child involved in it, I want to lock the child. That's the reason I told the other lady to file. But Vijay Singh need to contact the Ombudsman's office. Hey, look, you Baklav guy, you're not looking at it. I filed the 485J. I am an EB-2. You are looking at EB-3. When you are playing a soccer match, okay, you need to know which side you're playing. Don't try to hit. They need to look into EB-2, not EB-3. So these baklavas are putting a goal against themselves. I mean, they're not looking at the proper thing. The goal is on the opposite side. We need to show them.
Right. And on a separate note, Mr. Vijay Singh, do not write an email to them and say, hey, baklavas. So you never get anything done. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Another question for you while we, let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 9263. We're ready for you now. 9263. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. I'm ready.
Hello, sir. Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul. Hi, Nitya. How are you?
We're fine, sir. Good. Thank you.
Okay. So my situation is something like I have, with my previous company, I was having both my EB-2 and EB-3, both I-140 approved. I'm one of the candidates who downgraded from EB-2 to EB-3 in October 2020. In January 2022, this year only, in January, I resigned.
What did you say?
Because
what did you say your priority date is?
Priority date is April 2012, which is not yet current in EB-3.
Not yet current EB-3. So you resigned from the company, okay?
Yeah, I resigned from the company because with that EB-3, the downgraded EB-3, I got my EAD card. So using that EAD card, I joined the new company. Now, we have seen, Rahul, that dates are not moving in EB-3 at all. I have two questions. Number one is there any way we can go back? I can go back to EB-3 because
EB-2, you mean, yeah.
Current.
EB-2, yeah, you want to go back to EB-2,
EB-2
yeah, that's fine.
How so can I go there with my previous?
Okay, there are three things that you can do. Okay, well, two things you can do. One thing that can happen. The USCI, you can approach the previous company to file the 485J supplement under EB-2. That's one thing that you can do. And for that, even though you're not working for the company, the previous company can do the 485J supplement for you if they want to. Because, hey, even though you may have left, I still want you back. That's what they're telling. They can do that. Now, if that doesn't work, though, the second option is that the current company has to file a labor and I-140, and then it will take its own sweet time. But unfortunately, you don't have much options there. Beggars can't be choosers, right? So you can file, this company can file a labor and I-140, and once I-140 is approved, you can interfile. That's the second option. The third, which is by a fluke of luck, okay, the USCIS have an authority because you have an EB-2 and EB-3. It's the same labor certification, though. The USCIS has an authority to automatically look into the EB-2 and approve it. For that, there is nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can't force them to do it. So these are the two options that you can do it. The third, there is nothing you can do. I mean, that they have to do it by themselves. And it's a very fluke. There are some cases, though. There are one or two cases that got approved like that. And when we filed the Freedom of Information, why did my client's case got green card removed? They said, hey, they have used the EB-2. They have an authority to use the EB-2. Well, that's fine. We won't ask any questions. But I want you to do the first option. And if that's not possible, go to the second option. Let's go to the next caller.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next caller. Thank you for calling, sir. And let's take our next question. Rahul Garu, this is from Harita. She says, I'm on an H-1B visa staying in USA, and can I marry my boyfriend visiting from India on a visitor's visa? What is the legal way to get married in USA in a temple or register the marriage? And if I marry him here, after marriage, can I file for H-4 or H-4 EAD visa for him? Please advise.
Absolutely, you can get married. You can get temple marriage, and then it has to be registered in the county. It is a very easy process, not a big deal at all. You can contact the county. Sometimes they have a waiting list of 1 week, 10 days at the most. I mean, I don't see much problem there. And once the marriage happens, then you can file the change of status. Even if the B2 expires, as long as you get the marriage, you file the H4 application. Even if the B2 I-94 expires after you file the H4, that person can stay here on the H4 visa. Now, one little trick here where people need to understand this. I would like the marriage to happen after 90 days. I would like the H4 application to be filed after 90 days. Why? Because the USCIS thinks that if the person has visited United States on a B2 visa, if he changes his intention within 90 days, they call it as he had that intent in the mind when he entered into United States. Now he changed it. He did not disclose that intention at that time. If the marriage happens within 90 days, if the marriage happens after 90 days, then they don't presume. So in other words, if you want to feed the lawyer like me, you marry within 90 days. If you want to avoid me, then marry after 90 days.
Okay.
Okay.
So with the B2, they do get like what, around 6 months, kada, sir?
That's right. That's right. They get 6 months.
Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 7267. Caller with phone number ending in 7267. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Hi. So I have a question similar to the previous caller.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yeah,
yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, my H1B is valid till 2023, but I used the AP received in EB-3 category to enter into United States. But I have another GC application in EB-2 category from a different employer. So the dates in EB-2 category became current because both EB-3 and EB-2 GC applications have the same priority date, which is June 2014. So now I'm talking to that my previous employer who filed GC in EB-2 category to file the 485 now. But since I used the AP in EB-3 category to enter into US, so will there be any problem in filing the 485 from a different employer?
The USCIS, when is your H1B expiring and your wife's H4 expiring, I-94?
Both I-94 in the sense it is valid till
the 797,
2023, but
I'm speaking of I-7.
is valid till March 2020.
The USCIS is telling us the USCIS is telling us very clearly that if you entered an advance parole application, they will still extend the H1B and H4. We have done it several times. Several other lawyers done it many, many more times than we did, and absolutely no problem. But we don't know whether you can file the 485 or not. You can be our Balika Bakra, okay? And then once you get the approval or failure, then we'll tell everybody, this is not working or it's working. Or you can avoid the Balika Bakra for me and Nitya, and you can do one thing. You can go to Mexico, have a margarita, you come back on a H4 and you tell that, I have a job with this particular company, which you have, and this is my wife. They allow you to enter into H1B and H4. And if you do so, if you file it, then you will not be our Balika Bakra.
Okay, so is that the only option for me, or like are there any?
There are two options.
Like,
one,
I can file
one Balika Bakra. You can file the 485, and once you come back, tell the result whether you got the approval. We'll tell the other people, or you just go to the H4 and get that. Do the margarita mix. Okay. Next person, please.
Right, sir. So that is a long process. So can I file a location?
Why is it?
Like,
why is it
like that?
You can do that too. Why is it a long process though? Going to Mexico and margarita is a long process?
I have to take the visa appointment to come back into US, right? So the slots are
No,
not
you have a
available
you
right now to take.
no you mean to say U.S. visa to come back into U.S. You need a visa stamping in the consulate in Mexico. You don't need any.
And that's what
You
I'm
don't need any
thinking.
visa.
Oh,
No, you
okay.
don't need any visa. You don't need any visa to come back into the United States. It's called automatic revalidation. You want to watch the margarita mix that we did it about a couple of months ago. You can look into TV Asia. You will find out the answer what we're telling about. And keep listening to us. You will get a lot of creative ideas, okay? So you can do the amendment too. That's an option that you can do. But you remember that margarita will be more cheaper for you and better for you, because otherwise you'll make us richer. Next person, please.
Says the lawyer who doesn't want to be rich, so please listen and enjoy a vacation to Mexico. All right, on to our next caller.
My lawyer, so.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
calling.
much.
Let's take our next caller.
Okay.
And Rahul Garu, a question. This is from Sirisha CH. Kudos, Sirisha, you've written letters to your senator, so thank you for doing that, Andy. She says, filed 485 in 2020 EB-3 amendment and approved, filed a new I-140 to revive EB-2 with RD, I'm thinking it's priority date of May 3rd. Lawyer is suggesting to wait 8 weeks converting to premium processing. What are the chances of premium processing getting accepted if we convert now?
Very good chances though. Recently, the USCIS has changed its opinion on the premium processing. The rejections of the premium processing, not be for I-140, is very, very rare. I would not wait for 8 weeks. You got a receipt notice. Boom. I go turn back and file a 485 application immediately.
Okay. What is this thing about 8 weeks, Andy? Rahul Garu, why would someone suggest even waiting that long?
Good question. So what the USCIS sometimes tell us is that when we file the premium processing, these baklavas will tell us that they need to get the labor certification from them itself. Okay, from the USCIS itself. It will take a lot of time for them to give that thing. They will say that thing. You file it again after 4 weeks, and believe me, these baklavas, we have some cases filed 15 times the premium processing. Okay, and every time they tell the same thing. We don't have the labor certification. And there is another alternative that we do is that we actually file a freedom of information with the USCIS. We get that information from them. And we get the information from them. And that will take about 4 to 5 weeks for us to get it. And then we send it to them. Look, here is the labor certification. We got it from you, which you could not get it for 15 months.
My God.
But recently they have changed their opinion. Maybe after they saw a lot of our freedom of information, telling them, you baklava, it's there in your own file. Look at it. We have got it from your file faster than you did. And we send it to them, and then maybe that's the reason why they changed it. A lot of lawyers were doing. So, but I would not wait for 8 weeks. I'll file I-140 immediately.
Okay, thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 9197. Sorry, 9197. We're ready for you. Hello?
Yeah. Hi. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Hi, Andy. Hi, Rahul Garu, and hi. I forgot your name. Sorry. Nitya Garu. Sorry, Andy. Yeah, actually, I am so excited because I got a green card. So I forgot the name. Sorry.
Thank you for sharing with us.
So yeah, so I wanted to share this with in this show. Actually, I was watching the show.
Can you give the timeline of when you filed? When was it transferred or not transferred? Interview or not?
Yes, sir. Very good point, sir. I'm about to say that. I have two questions. Before that, I'll give that brief history, actually. So I filed EB-3 downgrade in 2020, but after that, I have EB-2 also, the same employer. I filed EB-2 in January this year, 2022. So this is
You refiled the 483 application in January 2022.
Correct. Refiled. Refiled. So my priority date is May 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the story.
So the refile application got approved. Yeah, I know that's happening a lot nowadays.
Approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's approved, sir. And Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. And that's approved, and I got it by hand yesterday. I mean, Friday.
Sounds good.
So
Sounds good. Let's go with the with the questions. That's good.
My questions, sir. I have two questions. So one is, I wrote questions actually. So what are the documents I need, sir? When I'm, let's say, if I go to India and when I'm coming back, what are the documents I need? GC and my Indian passport. That's only the two documents, or do I?
A GC, which doesn't look, green card doesn't look green though, unfortunately. One guy said, I paid you all the money. You got me the green card. I didn't pay you all the money.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
mine
anyway,
is little, yeah, it looks like little green, yeah.
Yeah, they changed it right now. Yeah. So anyway,
little green, yeah.
So just take the green card and passport. That's it. You don't need anything else at all. You don't need a pay stub. You don't need a I-797. You don't need anything, sir.
Oh, so like, do I need to show? If they ask me whether I'm working here or something like ID card or something.
No,
right?
sir.
I don't need
no,
to.
Sir. You don't need to be working at all for you after you get the green card. You can just sit down at home. You can flip a burger in McDonald's. You can be a Microsoft CEO. That's all. All you can't do is don't become a lawyer like me, because I don't want competition, and a drug dealer.
Yes, sir.
And the reason I'm telling lawyer is you must have a license to practice. That's all. Okay? Wish you best of luck. We'll go to the next question.
Yes, sir. Second question. Because my EB-3, I filed an EB-3 also, right? Do I need to withdraw EB-3 application, or I don't know?
No, they would automatically administratively close that file, so you don't have to do anything. Okay? We'll go to the next.
I don't have to withdraw, right?
Absolutely, you don't have to do anything.
No,
sir.
Nothing at all.
Sir, how many months I can stay in India, sir? Just follow up.
Less than 6 months. If you're planning more than 6 months, you need to contact lawyer. We'll go to the next caller, Andy.
Oh, less than, yes, thank you, Rahul Garu, and thank you, Nitya Garu. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Actually, I was following this show very long, and Rahul Reddy Garu, like on this show, Nitya Garu, you guys are so amazing and helping our community. I am so thankful to this show. Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you best.
Sir, the pleasure is ours.
Thank you all. Thank you.
All the very best, Andy. Thank you,
ma'am.
All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. And I got a next question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from V. Rush. Says, I wrote letters to the congressman, so thank you for doing that. Says, does interfiling to EB-2 have any negative impact on the ability to work on an EB-3 EAD for primary and derivative applicant? Do you recommend filing medical when interfiling?
Interfiling EAD working will not negatively affect interfiling. Absolutely will not. With regards to the medical though, I am of the advice to file separately, because the people who have filed along with the 485J supplement have not yet got any positive results though. So I would not, because they got so many interfilings. They're so confused with those applications. Now, if you're going to add one more confusion to these baklavas who have off brain anyway, now that's not good for you guys. That's my recommendation.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 6748. We're ready for you. Hello? Hello, sir? Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 6748. Hello?
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, sir, we hear you.
Hello?
Please go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. That one, yeah. Sir, my good evening to both of you. I have a quick question. My son is 17 years old now. When he was 13 years old, we had our US visa stamping done in India in 2018. I have a Dropbox appointment now, but he is 17 years old now. Whether he need to go for biometrics, because when I applied, the Dropbox eligibility came for myself and my son together.
So it said both the people are eligible for Dropbox?
When I filled the application, I filled my name, my details, and added his name. The confirmation message came you are eligible for Dropbox.
He can go for the Dropbox. They will ask him to come for the biometrics. But be prepared that he's going to stay for a month or so extra there. Okay.
Because the biometrics, whatever I did after in US when we are here for 2018 to 2020-22, three times is biometrics.
Yeah, but
still,
still they may ask him to come back again in the State Department. They may ask him. There's a good chance for him. Okay. Be prepared that he's going to stay for a month or so there.
Okay, fine. Okay, because Dropbox will not work for him.
May not work for him.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thanks.
Thank you for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And Rahul Garu, there seems to be like a recurring question from a lot of our viewers. They're asking if is there a possibility of a spillover in 2023?
It's an absolute certainty that there will be a spillover based on the way that the USCIS, the state departments are adjudicating though. Even though USCIS is functioning a little bit better, most of the family-based green cards, where the spillover comes from family-based to us, are actually done at the consulates though. And the consulates are a little bit backlogged still. They are not to a very good extent working though. So that's the reason it is definitely there will be a spillover. Now it is a lot of people's expectation anywhere between 60,000 to about 100,000 is the estimate of the spillover that is expected to come in the 2023, which is fiscal year starting on October 1st of 2022. That's the guess at this point of time, but things may change because we still have about 4 or 5 more months until September 30th for them to act fast though. But nothing can be done. When the spillover comes in, which it's going to come in, we can expect a date movement though. In October of 2022, which we are going to get the notification somewhere in September 1st week, September 2nd week or 3rd week, we'll get a notification. So yeah, it is expected, but we have to see how many. Now the questions that comes in, $1 million question that comes in, how much the priority date is expected to move under EB-2, how much the expected priority date is going to move under EB-3.
Right.
That depends on, one is that we got a spillover, but at the same time, there may be a lot of wastage that will come from this year. Though. Depends on how many number of wastage of the green cards that they are going to dump in the trash. Now, from family-based, the employment-based, from employment-based, they go to trash. So it depends on how many will be trashed. The next movement will be that forward. For example, if they have too much load of the 485 applications pending, then they may not move significantly the dates. So we have to see how many they're going to dump this year for the employment-based.
Got it. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with the phone number ending in 0567. 0567. We're ready for you now. Hello, sir. Star 6 Andy to unmute your line. Oh. Please press star 6 to unmute your line, sir. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah. Hi.
Yes,
hi, Rahul. Hi, Nitya. Thanks a lot for the service. So I recently filed my 485. My priority date is 2014 March 10th. I got my receipt for 140 very recently through regular processing. I'll be filing the premium processing, but I realized that I left my A number blank.
Okay, not a problem. Not a
the
problem.
A number in the 485 across.
Not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything that I have to do? Because one of my colleagues. Okay. So you think they will assign the A number?
They will assign or they will use the old one. It's not going to cause any problem if you keep the A number or not.
Okay.
So absolutely not a problem, sir. Okay.
I don't have my 140 approved. My EP.
I got it.
My EB-2 140 is not approved. So where will they refer the A number?
Why do we have to think that they will refer the A number though? They may create a new A number.
Oh, okay. I know. Gotcha.
Got you. Okay.
Okay, but do the premium processing immediately.
So yeah, but I just received my receipt number on May 9th. Do you think I need to wait for a couple of weeks or just do the premium processing immediately?
No, do the premium processing immediately. Next person, please.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks a lot. Ram. Okay.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller. In the meantime, question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Naresh Dauluri. Says, can we work, it's an interesting one, can we work one full-time job on a 485 EAD and another job on H1 with the 485 as sponsoring employer to maintain the H1B?
This guy's smart. He wants to kill the snake without the stick getting... It can be achieved. It can be easily achieved though.
Wow.
So practically what he can do is he can work on EAD at the final time when he's supposed to get the H1B extension though. Okay. He can go to Mexico and come back, have them file the H1B in premium processing, and then back to square again. That's an easy solution for him.
Okay.
That's the reason why our Margarita thing is very important. A lot of people need to watch. Nitya Garu and we did a show on Margarita mix. That's where people can change the things easily though. Because there are one thing is that you can actually go to India, get the stamping done and come back and do a lot of money for us if you get into trouble, or you can do the Margarita mix. So definitely that can be achieved though. The other thing is that he can work right now. I mean, these people are making tons of money nowadays. I mean, $100,000 salary or something like that is easy for these people. And an extra 100,000 is actually, first 100,000 will go for the expenditure. The wife's 100,000 will be saving, and this guy's 100,000 will be extra saving. Definitely, that's a double saving. I would work on EAD and worry about it at that time to do if I want to continue on H1B or switch to EAD completely.
Got it. Rahul Garu, just as a follow-up, so why does automatic revalidation happen with Mexico and Canada but not with other countries?
They said, because they said the land border though, when you travel within the land border and you come back within 30 days though, they want to allow these countries where people will travel for especially Cancun and other things and also to Canada. And sometimes you will not understand. There are sometimes in Texas, there are borders there. They just drive there. They don't even know they entered into Mexico.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay. So they want to exempt them to, it's so confusing, especially the border in, I've traveled many times through driving to Mexico, and you just go in there and it's like a toll booth there, and then you just go. And then you're in Mexico. When coming back, of course, there is a lot of things there. When you're going back, it looks like a toll booth. I already have a Texas tag. Okay, let me go there. And there are a lot of different circumstances that can happen. So they only allowed, specifically, the CBP only allowed this provision. If you are in H1 and H4, L1 and L2, only to go to Mexico and Canada, though. They won't allow if you fly outside.
Outside, okay, yeah. I always had that in the back of my mind because I was like, why just these two countries and not the others? So, but anyway, thank you so much for that clarification, Andy. Let's go to our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 2531. We're ready for you. 2531. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So my question is, my priority date is April 2014, and I had downgraded in October 2020, and then once I got EAD, I switched to another employer. Both me and my spouse both switched to another employer using EAD. That was like about 6-8 months ago, when the dates were of EB-2 were not progressing. So now we are with the new employer. What would be your advice to maybe wait for this October 2023 and see if EB-3
no, I would not.
can progress?
I would not wait. I would, if you can contact the old company, I will. You can interfile though. That's the first thing. The next thing that I would do is that if your current company can file the labor certification. So I would not wait because I don't want to wait. I want things in my control.
Yeah, I tried a little bit with previous employer. They didn't show interest. So okay. All right.
Okay.
And another quick question. Just was in EAD. This new rule has come 540 days of extension, right?
540 days.
So in that, yeah, AP is not counted like in that. It's just EAD.
AP is not counted, unfortunately. You're right. AP is not counted. It's only EAD.
So you can technically
Next
continue
question.
to work, but you want to travel, you might be stuck. Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. And in the meantime, I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Poonam. She says, B2 visa renewal application via Dropbox was refused by the embassy visa officer last week. What are the possible reasons for refusal? I never overstayed or violated laws. Can I expect to attend an interview?
It was Dropbox has been rejected or interview has been rejected though?
So a Dropbox.
That's very strange though, that the Dropbox has been rejected though. I don't know the circumstances under which she has been rejected, because even if they did not overstay, if they have applied for an extension and stayed for more than 6 months in this country, there's a good chance that they may reject it though.
Okay.
A lot of people, what they think is that, hey, I'm filing an extension, I'm getting the approval from the USCIS. USCIS is a different baklava and State Department is a different baklava. So they're not the same. They don't do the same thing. They don't agree with the same thing. So even though you got an approval for USCIS, State Department has an authority to deny it. The main reason 90% of the B2 cases that get rejected is intending immigrant. That means that they think you're going to stay here in the United States. So definitely you need to look into if there is any extensions that you have done. And also in the past 10 years, have you traveled too extensively? Did your stays in USA sounding like you are more staying in USA and visiting India or vice versa? That's also another factor that will be taken into consideration.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 8000. We're ready for you now. Hello? *600 to unmute your line. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 8000. Hello?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. My question is, my priority date is May 2012, and my interfile request was filed in end of January before the alert came. So, and in February, my status changed to that we have received correspondence from you and we are reviewing your correspondence. So my question is, when is the best time for me to switch the job? Like, should I count it after January or after February, 180 days from that date? Or should I just wait until, because my case also moved to NBC a couple of weeks back.
Okay, those are good signs. Those are good signs. But my main problem right now seems to be that you said you have moved, you did in January of 2020.
January 2022.
Sorry, January 2022, sorry. Did you not refile the 485J supplement? Did you not interfile with 485J supplement after they issued the notification with the California address?
No, my employer did. I asked my employer, but they did not want to do it because the alert clearly said not to do it. So they were like following.
Yeah, I would, if under these circumstances, though, I'd definitely wait until July after 180 days. But it will be your luck to see if they will include. In the meantime, you can do one thing: file a Freedom of Information and check to see if that letter has been received by USCIS. Okay.
Okay.
And then move in July though, if you want to move. You told me about the change and they have moved into National Benefit Center. Those are good signs though. But still, file a Freedom of Information and move in July. Wait until July, okay? Next person, please. That will be when the 180 days will finish.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's take our next caller. And question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Ragaswarup KV. Ragaswarup, thank you for writing letters to your congressman. So he says, my priority date is June 2014. Filed adjustment of status on EB-3 at my current employer, but I have an EB-2 I-140 with my previous employer. Any chance to interfile without my previous employer's help?
No, absolutely not. You cannot.
Okay.
You cannot.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's take our caller, Andy. Caller with phone number ending in 9386. We're ready for you. 9386. Hello. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Caller with phone number ending in 9386. Hello? Star 600 to unmute your line.
Hello?
Hello, sir?
Nitya garu, Rahul garu.
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
One question, sir. My son is in H4 visa. When he will become, when he has to apply F1 visa, when 20 years completed or 21 years completed?
Good question. Definitely not 21 years completed, though. After 20 years completion, you can file it, though. Previously, we were suggesting after, as soon as they complete the 19, though, but nowadays they changed the rule that if by any chance after filing the F1 he becomes 21, if he becomes 21, we have to file one thing called B2. They changed the rule somewhere in May of 2021, that rule. So he's safe as long as he files before 21. After 21, he becomes illegal in this country, though. He will not get F1 visa. And recently there's also other good news. You can do premium processing of the F1 too. Next person, please.
So
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Okay, thank you. And let's take our next caller. Rahul, got a question for you. This is from Annie. She says, does EB-3 downgrade I-140 have to be approved to interfile or refile? After interdicting or interfiling maybe? At what time one should submit medicals and where?
We strongly recommend that the I-140 be approved before you interfile, because we don't understand the logic how the USCIS can approve the 485 when your underlying I-140 was never approved. Because from October 2020, the basis for your filing is EB-3. EB-3 is never approved. That means that if by any chance I-140 gets denied, the whole 485 should fall down because you have no basis to file under the EB-2 in October of 2020 because the prior date was not current at that point of time. So that is our basis. We strongly recommend people filing a premium processing, get an I-140 approval in EB-3, and then do interfiling. Now, is it illegal to file an interfile while the EB-3 I-140 is pending? It's not illegal, but we don't see how they can approve it. That's all.
Got it. And now, before we go to our next caller, Andy, there's this one question that I'm seeing again and again. It says, does an FOIA request, can an FOIA request delay the 485 process?
We have never seen. There are like maybe one or two circumstances that we have ever come to notice where the person was been called for interview and they filed the freedom of information. It delayed it probably by about 10-15 days, the interview though. But in general, we have never noticed it though. Okay. But certain times though, the knowledge that we gain, particularly that particular person, he doesn't know what his priority date is, whether it's been properly attached, because the USCIS has not properly formulated any policy on how they will handle the interfiling of the upgrade application until about January of 2022. So this guy filed it before formulating the policy. And that's where I'm a bit worried about it. And I want him to file the freedom of information. And for a lot of times, I just want to know what's going on. It's probably worth, if ever that rare 0.1% guy ever got delayed, it's probably worth to see what's in the file.
Got it. Thank you, sir. And let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 9549. We ready for you? Caller with number ending in 9549. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Hello? Caller with phone number ending in 9549. Hello?
Hello. Hi, Rahul
yes,
garu.
ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Garu.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, my name is Sirisha.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Sirisha. I have a question. So, my H1B extension filed in normal processing on April 28th, and but I'm hearing people are getting approvals in normal processing within 2 months from Texas Service Center.
I'm sorry.
So
What was pending? What was pending?
A H1B extension.
Okay, keep going. Yes.
Yeah, do you suggest to convert it into premium because my husband is working on H4EAD and need his I-94B extended?
There are some people who are getting approved in 3 to 4 weeks. There are some people who are taking 7 to 8 months. Now, you may be the lucky one. You may not be the lucky one. But for us, if you want to continue your husband's employment, it's probably worth for you to do premium processing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And last question, yeah, what is the best place to visit in Mexico through air travel to do automatic visa revalidation to get his I-94 extension until my H1B extension validity?
You know the Margarita thing, how to do it. Watch the video though.
Okay.
After H1B is approved, he goes to Mexico, and you both guys can go to Mexico, have some margaritas and come back, and they should 95% of the time they should give an I-94 until your H1B is expiring. All this should be done before his H4 797 or I-94 is expiring. That is the current I-94 is expiring. Okay, it cannot be done afterwards. Then he may not be allowed to come in. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go to the next call.
Rahul garu, would you suggest any place in Mexico?
I don't know, all the people I went to Cancun, Nitya garu, any place? We should open up a...
Puerto Vallarta, Andy. Whatever is closest to where you live, you know?
Okay. But flying they have to go, so yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, Puerto Vallarta. Definitely not Mexico City. We'll go
Cabo is another option, yeah. But go ahead, ma'am. Have a good time. And come back. All right. On to the next caller, Andy. Sir, there's
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. There's a question for you. This is from Archana Gandhiraj. Says, my name in birth certificate is Archana. In the place of my father's name, it's Gandhiraj. In my passport, given name is Archana, surname is Gandhiraj. I guess she's asking whether it's okay.
It's perfectly okay. I don't see any problem in it. You can get affidavits and also try to get the school certificate, try to get the Aadhaar, PAN, ration, election card, get it though, but do not, Archana, do not submit to your lawyer, okay? Because if there is only 5% chance that they are going to give an RFE to you, if there is very less than 5% chance though, if they do at that time, you provide those things. So, because when the guy looks into all these documents, he's like, why did they send all these documents? I don't understand it. Let me issue an RFE. Okay. So I don't want you to do that thing. There is good chance if they issue an RFE, you can explain saying that this is my dad's name. This is my actual name. Look at my school certificate. Look at my this thing. You can explain at that point of time, but don't create a problem for you. Galigvoya mulla company don't submit extra documents.
So Rahul garu, before we take our next call, and I have this question for you because I'm sure a lot of people have this in their mind as well, but I had to ask you this. So WWRD, so that is what would Rahul do if you become the USCIS director?
Well, first one, I'll fire the Texas Service Center director. I'll fire the Nebraska Service Center director. I will fire them I will not fire them immediately. You're fired 6 months from now. That's the first thing that I will do. The second thing is when the Trump administration came in, though, he has put a lot of extra burden. For example, he put 907 form, which we sued USCIS, somebody sued USCIS and got those things away, which used to take a lot of time to fill. They are asking a young kid, 4-year-old kid, give me your credit score. Where is the credit score? Where am I going to get the credit score for a 4-year-old kid? He doesn't even have a social security number.
Oh my God.
And they're like created an 18-page form and asking the kids' assets in India. Oh, golly, it's a very burdensome. Now, we went to court and got rid of some of them. And there are other things that we got rid of. For example, H4 EAD extensions. Red Indian PC sued the USCIS and the class action sued. As a benefit of that, we, ALA was our client. We did get the 180 days extension. They did 540 days extension extra though, but they still need to adjudicate these applications much faster. And as I said, the firing of these directors will give an evidence that, hey, you don't do proper job, you're gone. Also, the Trump administration made it mandatory for the employment-based for having an interview if the application is filed in March of 2017 or afterwards, though. Now, when the Biden administration came in, they didn't reverse any of the decision yet, though.
Right.
They still are on a case-by-case basis, though. They are calling the 485 guys to interview those people, though. Although we have noticed that because of the COVID, they exempted a lot of people. But they need to completely reverse the decision saying that no interviews unless there is something particular. I mean, we don't want these criminal guys getting the green card, not getting questions. It is understandable that somebody has a DUI or arrest or something like that. You want to call for interview, that is understandable. So normally, previously, we used to get 2% of the people interviewed. Trump administration, 100% of the interview. Now we are still getting 25% of the people getting interviewed. It takes a lot of energy from USCIS when they do that. Cut those things out of the interview process. That can be done. The automatic extension, right now what they've given, USCIS is telling that if your H4 is extended, then your EAD is automatically extended for 540 days though. They can simply change that, very similar to the 485 EAD, saying that if the H4 EAD extension is there, they would automatically get, instead of getting the H4 approved. I mean, there are simple steps. There are many steps that we can suggest them that if they would ever listen to our TV Asia show, they would suggest that that can be adopted to get these things done much better though. They need to change a lot of systems within there. And let me tell you one thing though. When we filed the Freedom of Information, we figured out recently that these people have a manual files. They actually don't have a digital files of these applications.
Oh my God.
Can you believe it, Garu? So they have the physical file. They have to move from one place to another place to get us the Freedom of Information though. That may be digitalized. The other thing probably, I will remove the restriction that only US citizens and green card holders, and if there are very good eligible H-1Bs, I'm going to hire them because they will probably do the same thing what they did with the Apple, Google, Facebook, Tesla, whatever not technology companies to the USCIS. Definitely online filing of most of the applications should be allowed. They are allowing the digital signature. What's the necessity for us to file these applications manually though? I mean, that can be avoided. Digitalization of the system definitely is going to do a lot of different magics for these people. And faster, these are some of the things that I can think of because this question came suddenly. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And on a separate note, Andy Rao Garu, one of our viewers, big shout out to Aru4912. They got their GCs approved last week. So congratulations, Andy. They say thanks from the bottom of my heart to you and TV Asia for these shows that helped me a lot. I will continue to advocate for GC for the others. I think that means a lot more to us as well. So thank you so much for doing that and congratulations, sir or ma'am. And on that happy note, let's take our next caller. Caller with phone number ending in 9780. We ready for you now? Caller with phone number ending in 9780. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, Nita, ma'am. My question is, I'm EB-2 to EB-3 downgrade, and I have 140 approved for both. And recently I traveled out of country and came back, got married to EB-3 EAD. Now,
my priority date is September 2014, which is 16th of September, which will be like 15 days from now. So my question is, if it becomes current, what should I do? Should I refile or interfile? And I'm in process of changing job. So, and the condition of the new employer is... yes, sir.
Go ahead. Condition of the new employer is what?
They probably won't assist on any of the sponsorship procedures. So can I do it
When you say sponsorship,
by hiring a private attorney?
Okay, when you say sponsorship, they were not even signed the 485J supplement?
That I think I had to find out. Most likely they were.
Okay. Yeah, you need to find out if they don't want to. If they don't want to do the 485J supplement signing also, if you are called for an interview, you'll be in trouble. You won't get the green card. You put that condition. Hey, 485J supplement is a simple process. You can hire your private lawyer, but they still need to sign the 485J supplement. That's the first thing. Second thing is that since your priority date is September 2014, the 15th of 2014, if you're contemplating on leaving the job, are you contemplating the leaving job within 6 months or after 6 months? That's the first question that comes in. If it is within 6 months, though, I would suggest you may be getting stuck in EB-3 for a long period of time because you will not be able to avail the EB-2 application. Interfiling and refiling, it's a very tough question, though. If you want to refile, though, even though you came in advanced parole, you can go to Margarita Mix and come back on H4 from Mexico, and you can refile if you want to. But whether or not you should refile or interfile, either of those situations, you should stay with the company for 180 days. But to pick those things, so refile and interfile, it's going to be tough. I want you to watch a lot of videos we made, and if you still are unable to make the decision of refile or interfile, I want you to give a coin to your wife. Heads, refile. Tail, interfile. And if she is correct, though, okay, me and Nitya Garu should get the credit because we are suggesting her to you. And if by any chance she goes wrong because, hey, you know, all interfiles are getting approved or maybe you interfile or refiles are getting approved, if she goes wrong, we three will blame her, okay?
Okay. So one last question. So is the refile considered as a new application because my EB-2 I-140 is also approved?
Yeah, your refile will be considered as a completely new application. It has nothing to do with the EB-3. But like the first audience, the guy came in and was telling that, you know, if you look into the immigration girl, there's an adjustment of status she keeps there. You need to look into the cases that we filed in 2021 September to February of 2022. We have more approvals of those things as compared to the October of 2020. Even though the amount of cases that I filed from my desk, there are more in 2020 than that of in 2021. There are more cases that are getting approved that were filed in September. So that's the reason some of the people are choosing to refile, but I'm not telling you to refile. Okay? We'll go to that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, Rahul, got a question for you. This is from Sushil Rao. Says interfiled on April 1. Case transferred to NBC and is now in field office as per Emma. Online status changed to RFE. Law firm made clear that we can go to EB-2 later. FOIA shows EB-3 I-140 is checked amend. What does this mean?
Yeah, if the FOIA has been checked amended, though, I mean, that's a clear. What the lawyer says, it's not showing on an FOIA is the document that lawyers sent to the USCIS. In the USCIS FOIA, they're telling it's been amended. If it's been amended, though, you cannot do interfiling or refiling. You have to file the whole thing again. Nitya Garu, when we started the show, you know, in the 2020, that's when we started the show, though. In September of 2020, when the priority date became current, we said very clearly that these lawyers are not understanding what they are doing yet. Don't do amendment, do as a new application. And there's a lot of rumors, these lawyers have spread around saying that no, new application is going to get denied. We are certain they're going to get denied. I don't know where they got that impression. They filed as an amendment instead of new filing. Now, the things were not clear, but USCIS now has clarified it clearly to us that if you file the EB-3 as an amendment, your EB-2 no longer exists. Though.
Oh.
But since he filed as an amendment, though, the best thing right now to do is that file an I-140 in EB-2, and since they're accepting the premium processing, convert into premium processing. That's the best option for them.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Andy. And to all our viewers and callers and people on the live chat, thank you for staying with us, but unfortunately we're all out of time today. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for you're not Dr. Phil, though I have to tell you this about the flipping coins and believing the wives, so don't take his advice on that, guys. But other than that, Margarita, Mexico, definitely yes. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for your honest input and opinions, and we hope that someday you become the director for USCIS and help move things along really fast. I hope that happens one day.
Thank you.
And to all our viewers, thank you for seeing our show today. We'll be back same time, same place next week with all of your questions and calls. So please stay tuned for us, and until then, have a safe week and stay happy. Goodbye.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి గోల్డ్ ప్రామిస్ తో కురుస్తోంది బంగారు నాణాల వర్షం. గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్ ఆభరణాలు కొనుగోలు చేసి బంగారు నాణాలని ఉచితంగా తప్పకుండా పొందండి. త్వరపడండి, మీ దగ్గరలోని స్టోర్ కి వెళ్లి ప్రత్యేకమైన జ్యువెలరీ కలెక్షన్ ని ప్రత్యేకమైన ధరల్లో పొందండి. కేవలం మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ తో మాత్రమే.
మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్.
తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ ఆధ్వర్యంలో న్యూజెర్సీ కన్వెన్షన్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పో సెంటర్ లో మే 27 నుంచి మే 29 వరకు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ నిర్వహించనున్నారు. మత్తెక్కించే మాటలు, ఆకట్టుకునే ఆటలు, పల్లవించే పాటలు,
కన్నులాంటి కన్నులున్న చిన్నులాంటి పిల్ల, ఐ లవ్ యూ హారిక, నీ ప్రేమకి జోహారిక,
రూతలూగించే నృత్యాలు మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి ప్రత్యేక ఆకర్షణగా నిలవనున్నాయి. రసమయి బృందం జానపదాలు, పల్లె పదాలతో అలరించనుంది. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి సుమా రవి తమ యాంకరింగ్ తో మరింత ఆకర్షణ తీసుకురానున్నారు. రాక్ స్టార్ దేవిశ్రీ ప్రసాద్ ఆధ్వర్యంలో ప్రముఖ గాయని గీతామాధురి, గాయని గాయకుల బృందం సంగీత విభావరి వీణుల విందుగా వినిపించనుంది. సుస్వరాల సునీత గానం మరో ప్రత్యేకం. కప్రిషియో బ్యాండ్ బాజా మోగనుంది. ఈవెంట్ లో నవ్వులు రువ్వే అదిరే అభి, రాకెట్ రాఘవ, జబర్దస్త్ కామెడీ షో స్పెషల్ అట్రాక్షన్. కమనీయంగా రమణీయంగా యాదాద్రి కళ్యాణం నిర్వహించనున్నారు. టీటీఏ స్టార్ హంటుతో పాటు ప్రేక్షకులకు కనువిందు చేసే ఎన్నో ప్రత్యేక కార్యక్రమాలు మీకోసం. మెగా కన్వెన్షన్ కి తెలంగాణ అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం టీటీఏ అందరికీ సాదర స్వాగతం పలుకుతోంది. For more details, please visit www.ttaconvention.org.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.